Chapter 6 The Law of Polarity. Opposites exist for growth. How to find balance in contrast. There is a quiet truth woven in every corner of life. You see it in the sunrise and sunset, in joy and sorrow, in warmth and cold. The universe speaks in pairs. Like two wings of the bird, one wing is not better than the other. Both are needed for flight. This is the law of polarity. Everything has two sides, two ends, two poles, and we grow when we learn to understand both. To many people, opposites feel like conflict. They feel like mistakes. Something went wrong, but in reality, contrast is not chaos. It's the hidden teacher. It shapes character the way heat and cold shape the river stone, slowly, faithfully, until the rough edges soften into wisdom. Let's walk through this law gently, like walking along the riverbank at dawn, and with every step we will see how the opposites in our life are not enemies. They are mirrors that help understand who you truly are. First, the world is built in pairs. If you stand in the forest and close your eyes, you hear life speaking in polarity. The wind whispers, then grows loud. Light flickers through the leaves, then shade follows. A bird rests, then suddenly takes flight. Nothing stays in one state. Everything moves between two poles, hot and cold, up and down, happiness and sadness, strengths and weaknesses. Without up, you wouldn't understand down. Without dark, you wouldn't appreciate light. Without sadness, joy would feel flat. Polarity is not punishment, it is the universe giving you that. A flat world, one with only one tone, one temperature, one motion, would be unlivable. A story without contrast is not a story, it's a straight line that goes nowhere. A small parable. There was once a lamb that complained to the night sky, "I'm tired of darkness. I want only daylight. Why must I shine in the dark?" The night sky smiled and said, "Without darkness, no one would ever notice your light." This is the law of polarity. The opposite is what reveals your beauty. Every negative has a hidden positive. Many people hear the word polarity and think of conflict, good versus bad. But polarity is not a fight, it is a spectrum. Hot and cold are the same thing at different degrees. Love and hate are extreme feelings from the same emotional energy. Fear and courage are intertwined. Courage cannot exist without fear. In nature, the seed must be buried before it can sprout. In life, the heart must sometimes break so it can expand. Every negative carries a positive on the opposite side. Sometimes you just haven't walked far enough on the line to see it. The story of the two farmers. Two farmers face the same harsh winter storm that destroyed their crops. One farmer say, "My life is cursed, everything is ruined." He closed his doors and spent the winter complaining. The other farmer say, "Perhaps The storm came to clear the old so I can plant something new. He study new seeds, repair his tools, and plan with hope. Spring came. The first farmer had nothing to plant. The second farmer grew the best garden of his life. They experienced the same event, but stood on different ends of the pole. Polarity teaches us that meaning of an event depends on which side of it you stand on. The bridge between opposites in perspective. The law of polarity is not just seeing opposites, it is knowing how to move between them. People suffer not because life has dark moments, but because they believe they must stay in the darkness forever. Imagine standing on the bridge over the river. On one side is fear, on the other side is courage. On one side is scarcity, the other is abundance. On one side is loneliness, and the other is connection. You do not have to destroy the side you dislike, you simply need to cross the bridge. The river metaphor. A river does not hate the rocks that block its path. It simply flows around them. When you face difficulty, you may think this is the end, but the river teaches this is not the end, it's a bend. Polarity invites you to step back and see the bigger map of your life. What feels like an ending may be the left side of the pole. You walk a bit further, you might find the right side waiting for you, quiet, patient, ready. Your power lies in perspective, not in erasing the opposite, but understand it. Light and shadow both shape your growth. Imagine a young tree growing in a mountain valley. Light helps it grow tall, but too much sun burns it. Shade cools it, but too much darkness weakens it. The tree needs both light for energy and shadow for rest. People forget this. They want only happiness, only success, only comfort. They pray for sunlight but run from the shade. Yet the shade is where roots grow deeper. A parable of the weaver. A weaver sat at her loom making beautiful tapestry. A curious child asked, "Why do you use dark thread? They make the cloth look sad." The weaver smiled gently and said, "Without dark thread, the bright one had no shape. Your life is tapestry too. The dark thread, loss, fear, disappointment are not mistakes. They give your days depth, shape, and meaning. The dark moments form the outline of who you become. The light moments fill in the color. You need both to create a full life. How to apply the law of polarity in daily life? The law of polarity becomes powerful when you practice it consciously. First, when something feels bad, ask, why is it opposite? What is the opposite hidden here? If someone criticizes you, the opposite side may be a lesson to grow confidence. If you feel lost, the opposite may be the beginning of a clearer direction. Look at the problems as doorways, not walls. Everything negative has a positive meaning behind it. The closed door might be protecting you from a path that wasn't meant for you. Shift your focus to a new degree, since every experience lies on a spectrum. Shifting how you look at it, even slightly, can change a way you feel. Sadness can shift into gratitude for what was lost. Fear can shift to careful wisdom. Mistakes can shift into valuable learning. Accept the opposites are natural. Stop fighting sadness. Let it soften you. Stop fearing failure. It can mature you. Stop resisting change. It can reveal a better version of you. Polarity is not chaos. It is geography. A parable, a lantern in the storm. There was once a traveler who carried a small lantern while crossing mountains. One night, the storm swept through violent wind, cold rain, swirling darkness. The traveler panicked. Why must storms exist? She cried. Why must there be danger and fear? A voice echoed from the mountain. Because without storm you would never see how strong your lantern really is. The traveler held the lantern closer. The flame trembled but did not die. In that moment, she realized something powerful. The storm was not there to break her. It was there to reveal her light. This is the law of polarity. The storm and lantern belong to each other. Your strength, too, is revealed only when life gives you contrasts. Seeing opposites as partners, not enemies. Think of life as a dance between two partners. One partner may step back while others step forward. One rises, the other falls, but they move together in harmony. Polarity means darkness is not the enemy of light, it reveals light. Silence is not the enemy of music, it gives music space to breathe. Failure is not enemy of success, it leads you toward it. The world is not battlefield of opposites, it is the balance of them. A metaphor from nature. Look at the ocean. Its tides rise and fall. If it only rose, it would drown the coast. If it only fell, it would become a desert. Life works the same way. Your emotions rise and fall. Your fortunes rise and fall. Your relationships rise and fall. These movements are not mistakes. They are tides. When you stop demanding that life stay up all the time, you find peace. The gift hidden inside contrast. Every challenge hides a gift. Every disappointment hides direction. Every loss hides a deeper understanding of love, like a seed that must split open before it grows. You too are shaped by pressure and contrast. You are not failing when things go dark. You are becoming. A story of the two candles. Two candles sat in a quiet room. One say, I wish life was always bright. The other replied, if it were always bright, neither of us would ever shine. Darkness does not overpower you, it gives you a chance to glow. This is the secret of polarity. The opposites of what you fear may be the doorway to your power. How polarity creates inner freedom. When you understand polarity, you stop clinging to one side and fearing the other. You begin to live like a mountain, steady, balanced, unmoved by temporary weather. You become free. You stop taking pain personally. You stop believing joy would vanish. You stop mistaking challenges for curses. Instead, you say, this too is part of life. This too is shaping me. Polarity turns fear into acceptance. Acceptance turns chaos into clarity. Clarity turns suffering into wisdom. Conclusion. The wisdom of the two wings lie built on pairs, two wings of the same bird. If you try to live with only one wing, you go in circles. But when you accept both wings, joy and sorrow, hope and disappointment, gain and loss, you rise higher than you ever imagined. The law of polarity is not simply about opposites, it is about wholeness. It tells you you are not defined by one moment. You are not trapped in one emotion. You are not limited to one side of your story. You can shift, move, learn, and rise. And you can find the meaning hidden inside every contrast, like a sunrise that follows night, like a calm after a storm, like the seed that grows after breaking open. Your life becomes beautiful not because it avoids opposites, but because it embraces them. This is a gift of polarity. The understanding that every experience, light or dark, is preparing you for your next becoming. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy it. Please click like and subscribe for the next chapter, The Law of Rhythm.